Well, greetings again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt with the the American Orthodontic Society, and I want to talk to you this morning about dealing with lower second bicuspids. There's two ways you can do this. If the person is older, you don't have to go in and section the deciduous tooth. But if you're found out in the mixed dentition, then that's the best way to do it. So I want to show you today we did one without sectioning the teeth, and I carried this case as long as I could when I couldn't find him after he got a certain age there. So the finished part I don't have with you, but I'll show you right up to that point. And here this young man is. Let me get going. We started out when he was quite young, and he had this tooth missing, and we watched it for several years. This is 1989, 9 of 89, and here is the just the dentition. I mean, it looks pretty normal. He's got several of the problems, but we're talking about the missing bicuspids, and he needed some orthodontics anyway. So we've got a deep bite, and he's got the deciduous teeth, and molars are still there, and he's up, I forget just what his age is right now. It looks like this is in 1989, and he's missing the second bias underneath here. Now, this has happened, and he's gotten older, and so we don't have to section this. If he was younger and he had a bunch of teeth erupting there, I'll show that on the x-rays a little better. But here we could start the orthodontics and hold the teeth in their place, so we didn't have any problem closing the space after they were older. So that's, if you get somebody in there through their mixed dentition and you find that they don't have a permanent second bicuspid in here, you can just extract it or have it extracted, and you can start the orthodontic work and just bring this tooth forward into this space. And we've shown you how to bring teeth forwards. People, closing space is no problem at any age. I don't care if they're 80 years old. I've never done a 90-year-old, but I can move teeth forward, and the bone will move and grow and fill in just like anything else you started. So here, let's go ahead and show this further down the line. Up above, he's got his bicuspids, everything's lined up, but we have a little problem with some at the same time. You see over here, this is a little earlier in his case in 1987, and he's got these cuspids slightly impacted. We'll have to expand a little bit to get those cuspids in place, but he has no second bicuspids. They're just missing underneath here. It's pretty a dead cinch. He's not going to have any. But you see this wisdom tooth forming back here, and up above you can see the upper wisdom tooth forming too. Over on the left side, I can't, well, I see something forming out here, but not up above. But let's go on for a while and see what else we do here. That's 87, and we'll have another deal that's 8 of 87, and he's 12 years old at this time, and you can see the wisdom teeth have formed all the way around. This is a wisdom tooth forming over on this side. I'll erase that so you can get an idea of the little circle forming up there. The upper wisdom tooth is obvious, it's coming in. So we know we have wisdom teeth. And so in this particular case, we're going to set somebody take that tooth out. But if he were younger and you had other teeth in here, this tooth would erupt into that space before you could get this 6-year molar over to catch it. But now we can hold that tooth in place and these teeth up here, and we'll just bring this tooth forward into that space. So we have those teeth removed, and he's got wisdom teeth back here. And what we've been harping on for years is don't go in and put a bridge in something like this. Move these 3 teeth. Here's a wisdom tooth coming in. Move it up in there. Move it up. If the wisdom tooth is defective, you still put it in that place. And that's what I want to stress now. Is if it were younger, you'd have to section this off, take this part out, and it would move over, and this tooth would slide over underneath this and catch this from erupting into the gap, and then you could take the other part out. But we've got an older person, they're missing this, they've got their wisdom teeth, everything's in there set up. You can go in and pull these teeth together into this space and close that up and hold that tooth where it is. So the thing that I'm harping at is don't go in and jump in there and put a bridge in and all kind of stuff or do something else. If they got a wisdom tooth, take the deciduous tooth out and come in and start. So that's what we did here. We banded this, had this taken out, and now we're going to move these teeth up to here. And when we do, we'll have this wisdom tooth right here will come in, and this tooth will be way over here. And when this one's in there, it'll have part of it sticking out the back. And so when this wisdom tooth comes down, it'll hit it, and it will be sitting somewhere in here, and he'll be able to use that wisdom tooth and get it in place. Now, I couldn't follow him till this actually happened, but I'm going to show you what would take place in here. And if I could find the guy, I could show you that. All right, here it is in 1990 now. And we have done that, and we've pulled these teeth up to that space. Now, when you're moving a tooth, let me go back and show you the gap. If you come in here and put just drop the deal down, and you put your wire like that, you can band this tooth here, put that wire in this port, and tie between there and it, and that down bend in that will pull those teeth forward with the roots parallel to it, and it'll end up over with the tooth somewhere like this, and the roots will be down underneath the tooth, pretty parallel, like that. And if you don't believe it, just try it. It actually works. You run your arch wire out, drop it down, make a little deal, and come off like that. Then raise this up and put it in your tube where you tie from here to here. As you pull that up, these roots will move forward with that crown. And so here's about what we did, and I can't see on the x-ray. We actually had an omega in this, and the end of this going down for that. And we pulled these teeth forward. And the time, to start pulling them in there is the day you take the tooth out. Don't sit around waiting 2 or 3 weeks till it heals up. The bone structure will close in the gap. If you have it all ready to go, take the tooth out, put some gauze in there and pack it so it stops bleeding a little, and then take your orthodontic appliance and go ahead and start putting pressure on those teeth, and you can move a tooth into a gap like that in a matter of a few months and have it over there. Now we're going to sit and wait and let this wisdom tooth come in here. Now this is 1990, and here's 91. We're taking some time, but we're waiting on teeth to erupt into the mouth. And so these, look how parallel these roots are right here now. And you see that little loop that I have in that arch bar right there? That's the thing that's doing this, pulling that down. And also you can bring these roots on this up better. And this will line up. Now it was 91, and he's age 14. And we're taking some time to do this, but the young man will have his own teeth, and he'll save his wisdom teeth, which he probably wouldn't have room to get them in. You see the bone structure going up there, but this will come up and set in this area, and then that tooth will come down and rest on that, the upper wisdom tooth. Now here, this is 92, and this tooth is messing around over here. It hasn't come in yet. And I don't know whether I got another x-ray or not, but this one we won't have any problem with it coming up. I think I have another view here, yeah. So this is 96, and we've taken everything off, and they had a 3 to 3 in here. He bit down on that thing and bit it, but it stayed stuck onto the teeth. So I'm suggesting you bond it to more than the cuspid teeth. Now here is this wisdom tooth coming up here, and this one will come down and rest on that edge of it right there. This tooth straightened itself up. It came up in like that. And now this is 96. This guy's 18, almost 19 years old, and I couldn't find him to get the rest of the picture. So anyway, this will happen. If it doesn't happen, somebody can come in and put a little uprighter deal and pick this wisdom tooth up. Don't take the blooming thing out. Straighten it up. It's one of the best chewing teeth in the mouth. The muscles come right down through this part, and it's much better than others. And you have to straighten this deal out right there too. All right, here is the young man. And that's quite a different looking fella from what we started with. But he's a very nice young man, and he could come in and we could pick that wisdom tooth up a little further if it didn't do it on its own. Sometimes you get one real close and you just put a separator in there and leave it for about a week or two, and then take it out, and you'll have a gap, and the tooth will come on up the rest of the way. So don't pull the wisdom tooth. We've got a good tooth there that we're going to try to use. And I think that's everything that I have on this young man. I'm sorry I couldn't find him to take some pictures of him in his 20s. Something we'd have it in it. He's using all of his wisdom teeth, and you close the space up and use his own teeth to close it in. And that's so much better than putting a bridge on both sides in there, or crowning something, or putting the implant in there. Those things are fine. They're not as good as your real teeth, though. So I'm going to say I hope you get something out of this, and hope you'll subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching, and I'm going to sign out here and say goodbye until next time. And I'm closing out now.